Alright, I want to make a kind of exciting video on the movie Aladdin. So let me start. Genie, we get a lot of clues about him, lore that's not often discussed, I've never seen. Genie's last master was from 10,000 years ago. So we can say around 9,000 BC. This was before the first cities ever happened, so this was back in nomads, caveman times, right? Genie's last master was a moral time traveler. Well, let me explain this. Lamps didn't exist 10,000 years ago. That's advanced metallurgy. You need a whole society to make even just a single lamp like that. So where did the lamp come from? He must have time traveled from the future where there were cities, at least in the era of Aladdin, but probably a lot later. That seems obvious. And I'll get to why I think the last master was a time traveler and not some earlier master that he got the lamp from. Genie says he's been in the lamp for 10,000 years, right? But the whole Cave of Wonders, it exists as like a moral test for someone to get the lamp. And so Genie's last master, he was a time traveler. But yeah, let's get into it. So you have to be a diamond in the rough to get in, right? You have to be someone moral, but also poor, which is interesting. And then once you're inside, you get tested by the gold. And the gold is almost an illusion because if you touch it, it turns to lava and everything melts and dies, right? And so it's not like real treasure. It only exists as a test for someone to get the lamp. And that sounds very much like a wish because the whole cave exists in order to protect and to test others to get the lamp. So it seems obvious that the Cave of Wonders was someone's wish. Obviously the last master of Genie, his last wish. So one of his wishes was to time travel, but why was it him and not not someone else that he got the lamp from? And this is why. Because diamond in the rough, again, this would not be a native to 10,000 BC who would say that, because gemstones didn't have like social value back in the day, so that saying wouldn't have existed 10,000 BC. So that's a more modern phrase, and so it was probably baked into the wish. That's why the lion head says only the diamond in the rough may enter. So we can infer all those things from the lore that we get. Is Genie's last master used a wish to go to prehistory 10,000 BC, and then his last wish was to create the Cave of Wonders. Not free the genie, which is interesting, but to preserve the lamp, but to make sure it was tested.